date on this right here? You remember the date of this right here? No, the date of the prophet became
That shock probably on that. Never got the big taste. So.
Yeah. But no, see, when prophet comes for shirt sale, they don't sell a shirt sale. It comes adjudicated then. But we can't sell it to 5 years after that shirt adjudicated date. After the 5 years date, then we can sell market value.
No, wait, that's one.
So, did it the 500,000? If we match it 25%, I said like 70,000 of each juror.
Well, you get that.
I'm looking for him. Let's see.
500,000 divided by 9 is 55,000.
But we need to match also. You gotta do.
When you take it off, it'll be less than that.
I always thought that.
No, we get $500,000 if we pay the 25%.
Oh yeah, cool. I thought it was never down that the match was on top of that. So it'd be like 625,000.
That's Brendan, he knows. I thought that we had to.
Brennan. So, Brennan, real quick. The 500,000 with the 25% match, that goes on top of the 500,000.
That's our share to get to 500,000.
So,
Kevin.
so that's basically 625. So yes, yeah.
Hey,
Right now.
Hey, Kevin.
We got 500.
We got it, buddy. We got it.
25%.
Yeah. You ain't got enough to do that road. You might as well give it to me and let me finish my road, and I'll give
Where
it
you
back
live
to
at?
you next time.
Where you live
Uh-huh.
at?
I can't.
Hey, Kevin.
You can't do it for that.
Did you go look at that?
I don't know. We got it in road. We got it in road and bridge. We can talk about it.
Yeah. Hey, boy, talk about look good.
But,
Man.
but we might get more next year, and I'd like to have them be able to match that.
So that's actually Travis district.
We did that deal. Made that deal. He helped us do a road over there at Colonelville, and then when he want to do
I can multitask.
the next time I get my capital outlay, we can do that. Well, I'm just telling you, you ain't gonna be able to do that road for what you got.
You have to do that?
I ain't.
Build it.
I'm picking at you, but you're not. I can't do my road to 250 I got for it. You lend me that. Next year I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to help you out. I know you need to.
We have to. We have to. You want me to bring up?
I got 4 o'clock. What y'all got?
Let me do the research. No, we'll get back to you in a second.
No, if we gotta do it.
Oh, I can't go.
Yeah.
Have everybody call the committee meeting of the Avoyelles Parish Police Jury to order. Today's date is Thursday, August 8th. It's 4 p.m.
We have cameras tonight here. I'd like to recognize Mr. Todd LeBeau from 97 KHB The Cajun. He filmed this live, and you no longer have an excuse not to know what's going on at the police year meetings, because you can watch it via 977thecajun.com or the YouTube channel, The Cajun TV. So if you can't make the meetings, you can tune in, which is a great thing, okay? All right, first up, we'll have our delegates. We ask that you please limit your time to 3 minutes. And first up, we'll call on Mr. Chris Lemoyne, President of Parish JP Conference. Not here. Not here? All right, that's simple. Next up, Mr. Henry Morrow, Central Bank, sir.
Hey, that didn't take long.
Moving right along.
How about, I guess I stand here.
Yes, sir.
I used to be on the other side, but, thank God I'm not anymore, but, I wanna thank the jury for allowing us to address the jury. Our reasoning for being here today is that, we would like to ask the jury to allow us to handle your accounts in our bank. We have some representatives here today. Brittany LaCour is our Chief Financial Officer, and Charles Marcotte is our branch manager at the branch on Highway 1. As you know, we are a fast growing bank. We 5 or 6 years ago we were 75 million. Now we're at 230 million. Well, we have met with or have talked with Ms. Wiley and can provide anything that the other bank is offering at this point. We're as up to date as there is as far as mobile banking and other issues. Brittany can certainly tell you about that. We're very active in the community. We've been in every parade almost there is, especially in the Marksville, Mansur area. And we, you know, as the chairman of the board of the bank, this just coming from me as a CEO, the things that I ask our people are basically two things. Is that when we're fooling with one of our customers or interacting with our customers, we want to answer to any question, and I guess speed is not the right word, but we don't want things lingering for months or weeks at a time if we can prevent it. If you come to us with a loan, which I'm sure the jury's not going to do, but you know, we want that done in an expedient manner. And the second thing is, I've instructed our people that I want the phone answered on the third ring. If it rings the fourth time, I want to know why. And you can talk to our branch manager, you can talk to me, you can talk to anybody in that bank, Chris LaCour. We're all local people, born and raised in Avoyelles Parish. And you can go, there'll be nobody pressing a button, press 2, press 3, press 4. It's not gonna happen as long as I'm the CFO. I'm not a CFO, believe me. You know, we've had John Fletcher and I had a veterinary clinic here in Marksville for a long time. We're very active in the parish. All the money in our bank stays in Avoyelles Parish. You got some large banks here, I'm not gonna name them because Brittany made me promise I wouldn't. She put me on a short chain because I tend to get out of hand sometimes. What did you tell me? If I say, I ought not say this, don't say it. And these large banks are depository institutions. They take your money and it's gone. It's like a dollar store. It doesn't hang around here, it's gone. It's basically a credit card company. Every dollar that's in our bank is invested in this community. We lend money out, you know. Basically, we take CDs as deposit and lend that money out. We make a lot of real estate loans, business loans. We picked up a lot of business loans when we moved. And we are asking that with your permission, that we be able to handle your account. Now, I'm gonna ask Brittany to come up here and, you can ask any questions, that may have as to what we can do as far as handling that account.
Okay, I'm
Does
gonna,
anybody have any questions?
do we have any questions? If not, the 3 minutes is up.
It's a different person.
I know, she's not on here either. Okay, I guess not.
I can be contacted at any time
Okay.
and come forward.
All right, I'm sure we'll be discussing it, okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, Mr. Lynn Morlon, Cottonwood Bank.
Yes, sir. Thank you all, gentlemen. I appreciate you allowing us to come up here and ask for the same thing. We are local. We do our business local. Our bank's about a $500 million bank. We've got about $70 million in capital. We've done every kind of financing you can imagine, from municipalities, water systems, sewer systems, roads and streets. We do a lot for our community. And just like Mr. Henry said, some of our two larger institutions use that money and really don't want to make loans here or provide services. We've instituted programs to help low to moderate income people in this parish, allowing them to get into houses that they can afford. We have 81 employees that we use in Avoyelles Parish for a payroll of $1.5 million. We contribute to just about every nonprofit, schools, the churches, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. I mean, just a tremendous amount of contributions that we make to do things for our communities. There's a lot of need out there and a lot of nonprofits that people want to go to ball games and be with their children and go to Little League, and we've helped with that. And I want to just let you know that if we get an opportunity and y'all so choose, that we are able to do that job. Most of you know me, and for many years, I've been doing this for 50 years. We used to do this with the school board, we did this with municipalities. We invest our money. We have cash management services, the same thing that these big banks have. The only difference is they don't leave their deposits here. Again, I ask you to consider allowing us to handle your deposits, to be fair with your deposits, and to give back to our community. Thank you. Do you have any questions?
So, Mr. President.
Yes,
We're now with, Capital One.
Capital One.
We're with all of them. We're with Simsport and, Cottonwood right now? So we want to change it all to,
I
and
think
that's a suggestion by our finance director?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Benson, I didn't see it in the business agenda, but I'll just say that today we've had two banks to come and want to speak to you guys. And I wanted to bring an option to the jury to vote on where we can then park our money, which is Avoyelles Parish money, into a local bank. I feel that the two local banks we have here are Cottonport and Simsport. So the two representatives have come to speak to you. It's really in committee to talk about, and then Tuesday, ask for a vote that you consider that, and then we get proposals back.
Both banks or?
From both banks.
So
Just
Your
my thought.
your suggestion is that we pick one of the two banks, or we can pick both of them?
I don't think pick. My opinion, and you and the jury, would be for them to come with two financial offerings to us. We validate that and see which one best fits our needs. They are two local banks, so that's obviously what I think is their qualifying factor. And then again, the jury needs to make their opinion and their vote as to which bank they feel needs to have our money on the financial proposal that they give us. So after you vote Tuesday, if you want to allow that, then we'll ask the two banks to give us a proposal.
Yeah.
How much they'll pay us on our money, I mean, all different kinds of things, and we're gonna leave it out where they can be creative also. I don't wanna put ourselves in a corner. So that was my thought to the jury.
I think it's always been like, we try to do business within the parish.
And it's always been in Capital One, Mr. Clyde, and again, that's just a credit card company. I hate to be negative, but I think that's what it is. I think that definitely having one or two banks or whatever the jury decides, I think is gonna benefit the parish and keep our money with them.
So you're not strictly for just having the money at one bank?
That's at the jury's discretion, you know, depending on what they come back as far as a financial offer. I think then at that point, we can throw around some ideas and decide from there.
I was just trying to figure out where to agree.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
All right, next up I have, Ms. Renee and Eric Webb, talk about some adjudicated property.
My name is Eric Webb. I thank the jury for listening to my information today. We own the property, my wife and I own the property at 258 Vickville Road in Spring Bayou. The adjacent property to us is owned by the parish. Until about 2 years ago, the parish did a great job of maintaining that property. The grass was mowed better than I mow the grass on my own property. But about 2 years ago, the parish quit mowing it. I've been brush hogging it periodically. I let the police jury know before I do it and get permission. But I was hoping I would be able to purchase the property in order to maintain it more properly. And also, I live in New Orleans, so this is a part-time residence for us. It's very hard to maintain it from a distance. So in order to pay somebody to mow that grass, I'd really like to bring the liability back over to me. I can't pay somebody to mow the parish's grass, so. My interest in.
I don't know why we weren't maintaining it.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, my interest is
How
just.
many years is that in the program?
That's one of the first properties we inherited from FEMA.
It's a buyout.
Charlie Wagner, head of the state police, had a camp down there, right by their place, and it's the first camp that go in the water every year.
Is that a property you can't build on?
Oh, no, you can't build on nothing.
We understand it's deed restricted.
Yes.
Is it been 5 years though?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 25
So
years.
basically what we've been doing is what, asking fair market value?
Yeah, but this one here is different. You'll have to look into it. We had talked before and tried to get legal advice, and I don't think we ever pursued it.
Charles
to the end.
said we can sell it.
If it could be sold, but with covenants that nothing could ever be built on it. We have that piece, and we have another one here that would join on with Marksville.
They interested in too.
But, you know, we thought there might be a way, right there by Red's place, I believe. We
Yeah.
thought there might be a way to sell these properties to somebody with the covenants that nothing can be built on it. Because that's where it sits at right now. Nothing can ever be built on the property. We're fixing to have another one in Mansour. With, Gilbert Warner, fixing to have another one there.
Did we just do
So-
one in Mansfield?
Yeah, and instead of having property sitting there all them years, if the people wanna use it to just extend their yard or something, we didn't feel that that would be a hindrance or anything.
Sell it.
Yeah, so maybe we can get some legal opinions and try to see if there's some way we can have wordings in it, but nothing can ever be built on the property, or nothing permanent. They can-
So you'd have to agree to not to buy it, not to put anything on?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they
You
can
understand
park
that?
cars
We
on it and
understand it's a
everything
FEMA
else.
buyout, flood restriction, you know, that the whole point of the buyout was to never build
Well,
anything
that's,
on the property again.
Let's run it by the DA again and see.
What's the address?
It's, our address is 258 Vickville. I'm not sure what the
Alan, you
address
got
is
that?
of that.
On your list?
I'm looking through right
I've
here.
got it on mine, I can show it to y'all, give it to y'all.
So in order to build something, you'd have to come through the jury.
It's a very, very low area.
Yeah, you have to go to the planning commission before you build there, the one in Marksville you wouldn't, but.
So he's aware of what's going on with the property.
Okay, and we'll get it done.
That was at least, I'd say 25 years or more.
Oh, yeah.
So we ought to be able to do something with it, okay.
Yes, sir.
Just like the one, Reds. Same thing.
Is there a contact number we can get in touch with you?
Absolutely.
What is it?
225-772-4374.
I think your wife had emailed me.
Probably.
Yeah, and Jonathan said y'all could cut it all you want to. She'd asked something about leasing, so we need to get with them. And, as soon as we find out something, we'll get back with you.
See, I have
Appreciate it.
Y'all a law where you take care of something so long?
No. No, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, Ms. Maltese, is that correct?
Yes.
Adjudicated property?
Yes. Thank you guys for listening to us today. We appreciate it. 5.5 years ago, I purchased a piece of property with a house on 197 Yale Drive in Hessler. And with the intention of putting my son in there. I live at 177 Edwin Bremillon Road, which is also in Hessler. Now, with this property, I can't have access to it at all without going through the parish property, which I'd like to purchase. It's an adjudicated property. There is no address, but I have
Get a lot of
parcel number.
Shoot it out to us.
I can pull the parcel up, she has her mayor.
Yeah, I gave it to him
But it
earlier.
became adjudicated, I think, in 2020.
We purchased this in 2019 in February, the part that I was telling you about, but we've been maintaining it because this is the only way to get to our property, because there is no other right-of-way that we could use. We've been maintaining it by cutting the grass, weed eating, spraying, and also by supplying the limestone rocks to make the driveway. So we're asking to buy this adjudicated property so we can continue to access the property that we have. And that's really basically all I'm asking, is to be able to keep using the property that we're talking about, right next to mine.
And you want to buy it?
I'd like to buy it for the fair market value, which we just went to the assessor's office, and I just gave him a copy of the assessor's value of it, and I'll pay the assessor value, and that's it. We don't plan on building anything on it, so if it has restriction, it doesn't matter. We basically
It's
use
not in
it
the
for
flood.
driveway. We have to
It came in
get to our.
2020, became adjudicated, so it'll be 2025. You found it out?
Yeah, it has to be, you have to wait one more year because it has to be 5 years.
5 years from when,
So it became adjudicated.
okay, so I'll just come back.
Yeah, we'll take your name and
From your chair.
So, January I'll come back, or what month?
No,
He's pulling the hard copy of, I have right here.
Okay.
I don't know when
Don't have that.
Exactly.
Well, we just basically use
Show it
it
in
for
June.
driveway,
June 25th, it came adjudicated.
June, so we'll just get back on the books and
25th.
ask at that time,
2020.
just consider us as possible.
So June
to
next year.
purchase it,
Yeah.
because we are using it, and I felt like since we are using it, we're maintaining it by purchasing the limestone and keeping the grass up so we can find our house, which is in the back of that one. So, if it's okay with you all, we continue keeping it up until, we can purchase it at a later
July,
date.
yeah, July of next year.
For July, yeah, that's
The July meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, you being the neighbor.
But is it okay to just continue keeping it up?
Yes,
or-
ma'am.
You got dibs on
We've been
it.
doing it for 5.5 years since we purchased. Okay, well, that's all I've got to say.
Okay,
Thank y'all
thank
very
you.
much.
All right. All right, and delegates, we're gonna move to committee reports. Let's have a financial report, please, ma'am.
So, Ms. Flores, if you could, first our revenue on the TV on both ends, you can see it, and I'm just gonna look at it in front of you, you can follow on the screen. So we'll start with general fund, road and bridge, solid waste, drainage, health unit, library, and permit office. Of these funds, drainage, health unit, and library all have collected more than I budgeted, which is a good thing. The only account that is worrisome right now is the permit, fund. Right now, it's down 32% as compared to last year, and 37.5% as compared to 22. I think the biggest contributor to that is, new construction. That main source of revenue has declined, due to inflation and increased interest rates. Last year at this time, they were at about 2,000 permits that had issued, and right now they're at about 800, give or take. So I think that's something Mr. Sam's gonna discuss with the planning commission to see what steps they can take.
Yeah, they think
Try to-
cut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cuts won't work. So, so maybe an increase or some other option. The next page is expense. Happy to report, there's no issues with our expense. Everything's well below where, was budgeted, so there's no problem there. The next slide will show our balances. And if you start with general fund, there's a balance of $186,000. Road and bridge is $3,794,000. Solid waste is almost at $7 million. Drainage, $917,000. Health units, $5,153,000. Library is $2,216,000. Road and bridge is $1,053,000. Tourist commission, $429,000. Permits, they have $330,000. Section 8 is $55,000. HUD administrative fund is $120,000. Gaming mitigation fund is $345,000, and then you have the three CDs there at the bottom. With general fund, we've pretty much collected all we're gonna collect with ad valorem. Last year, we collected $280,000 in the general fund, and that has increased by 15% this year to $322,000. And we still have 40% of the year remaining with our budget, so I really think that the general fund is gonna be pretty well. Road and bridge in 23 collected $875,000. This year, we're at $911,000. That's a 4% increase from last year. Their expenses, decreased by 3% as compared to last year. So that fund's doing really well. Solid waste had a 3% increase in collections of sales tax, and their expense decreased by 8.7%. And the last one we already spoke about, which was permit fund. Just try to figure out what we can do there to alleviate that problem. But overall, everything seems to be okay.
Question? Right.
Well, that permit, Mrs. Sam, is the planning commission, or do you have a committee that's underneath you? They can come up with maybe some suggestions on this being an issue, an accounting issue, well, a budgetary issue that we have, and of course, I think it's because of lesser permits, like James said.
We
Is
haven't
that
put-
gonna be under your committee to decide and give some recommendations pretty quick?
Yeah, we haven't put a committee together to look at it, but we are looking at the whole permit process, everything.
Got you. Maybe permits inside the parish of us.
Yeah.
Got you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jamie. Next up, Mr. Joy Frank, LoSEP Director of Homeland Security.
Good afternoon, everyone. On the OSEP side, we have a new strand of COVID that's going around. That's pretty, not bad. It's a couple of people here that put out that is just mainly sinuses and stuff, but it is a very fast spreading disease, I guess. So I just want everybody to know that. I haven't got to wear the mask up or anything. It is required that you do 5 days away from everybody, then come back and with a mask back to work and mask for another 5 days. So, but there's no state compensation if you take off. It's only you have to use your sick leave or your own personal leave will not be paid.
Like having a cold with the flu.
So,
Like having a cold with the flu.
yeah, that's right. Or aching bones, yes. So, we missed the hurricanes again. We just gotta keep on praying that we continue like this. Everybody, you know, that's our main thing. Is just keep on praying and we missed all of our hurricanes. So,
It's 2 months,
yes.
the one,
Yeah,
okay.
3 months left, so. That's all I have unless somebody has any questions for me.
But Joey, is there a way to put some signs to keep people from parking right there?
On the roadside?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean, I can put some signs up. I don't know what good it would do.
Yeah.
I've even called the police and they came and asked them to move, and within a very short amount of time, there's somebody else parked there.
But there's some signs, the day I passed, there must have been 10 cars.
There was.
So I
What
went
Mr. Mark is
around,
talking about on the, I
I guess it'd be the courthouse side of, what is that, Washington Street. There used to be a no parking zone, and the city had came and marked it as a no parking zone. But since then, we don't have that stripe anymore.
The yellow
So,
stripe,
There's no more striping.
give it the yellow band
They
on the side.
have the thing going across the walkway. But, yes, I mean, we can do that if you don't like.
But,
Signs.
when I saw them cars, I went around to where the parking is, and they had about 20 spaces that people could park.
Yes, and that's all being repainted and everything else.
And the gates, you open the gates?
Gates are open, yes, sir. Yes. Gates will need to be open every day.
Yeah.
Regardless if anything's happening. I know they have a wedding this weekend, but still, people need to be able to walk through.
Yeah, they're walking back there, they can
Yes,
come through.
the gates are open. Anything else? I'll see about it. Is that okay to put signs up with everybody?
Yeah,
No parking? On the
Yeah,
courthouse
and
side?
maybe reach out to the town again and tell them.
Yeah. I mean, we can get the signs and put them up, if
Yeah.
that's okay with the signs, I mean, yes, okay,
Put a couple of them, you know.
yes, sir. Okay. Anything else for me? Anybody? Thank
sir.
y'all.
All right, next up we have, Mr. Brendan Gaspar from the engineer report, Santa Maria.
Hey everybody, how are y'all? Thank you for having me. I'm going to start with saying our legislative delegation has been working very, very hard and has been successfully getting a lot of money for the parish, okay? I'll hear about allocation here and allocation here, this project, that project, this one, that one, and my head started spinning, so I said, well, hold on, let me try to figure out what all do we have, okay? And guys, we just gave y'all 4 packages. If you look at the top, it says package 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And that's basically how I kind of structured in my mind. Package number 1 in front of y'all, House Bill 2 capital outlay, $3 million of capital outlay savings fund for a recreation education complex. No local match, okay? We expect those cooperative endeavor agreements to start rolling out anytime now, which is why I'm here today. August and September is when those agreements start coming around, okay? The concept that I have in front of y'all is just, we laid out some ball fields and some parking and stuff at the youth complex in the Bay Hills. So that's what that little footprint is like. It's a rendering, it's a thought, okay? Now, I'll go to project 2. Project 2 is a total of $1.6 million from House Bill 782. That is a line item appropriation. That is basically money in the bank. Typically given 12 months to spend each of these appropriations. One of them is 2 years old, one of them is 1 year old. Our representatives and senators were able to get them rolled over and rolled over and rolled over. So now we have 1.6 million in House Bill 782 combined with project number 1, $3 million. That's a total of $4.6 million for recreation and education. Okay? Now the stuff that everybody is probably more interested in, the streets, okay? We submitted a $2 million application for street improvements. It got funded in an amount of $1.5 million, $500,000 in priority 1, which is good. House Bill, $1 million in priority 5, which is not so good, but not bad. Priority 5 means you're not gonna get it right now. When it went in front of the bond commission, it got reduced from $1 million to $500,000 in priority 5. So right now, what we can hang our hat on is $500,000 in priority 1 for parish-wide road improvements. That comes with a 25% local share. All right, I have a mistake on here on project number 3. I have total local match $0. Mr. Darrell said, Brendan, I don't think that's right, and he is right. That is not right. So it'll be $500,000 from the state, $125 local, or $625,000 total. Parish-wide, you basically get to do whatever you want to do, okay? In project 4, okay, this is something that our delegation worked hard on also. It's another line item appropriation, okay? A total of $750,000 to be spent on 4 roads. Ed Carroll Road, Furman Road, J.B. Luke Road, Louis Ormson Road. Those values for each road are what's in the appropriation. Our past experience with that is we can kind of move that around. These line item appropriations are a whole lot easier than dealing with capital outlay. We've got some latitude, Kevin's done a bunch of them. It's a $750,000 cash, no local match. Okay. So right now for roads, $750,000 plus $500,000 state money, $125,000 local money. That's what we have at our discretion.
This gas board, this House Bill 782 on the 700,000 you talked about, that's cash in the bank that we can access now or at any time after appropriate planning and procurement and
That's
such
right.
forth.
Yeah. And it's a simple process. We do sign an agreement with the state, and then we just start doing drawdowns. Okay, so I did this for my benefit, to kind of get my mind right, and I said, well, you know what, that might be a very good tool for the juror, so we handed that out to you. So if anybody asks you any questions, you have that information, and you all know what everybody else knows.
Brad, these package 1 and 2, is this gonna be for the police jury?
Yes,
Who's gonna maintain all that?
that's a very good question.
For real.
Once the facility is built, the tribe has agreed to pay the maintenance. But the good question is, until it's built, it's ours right now. So,
And guys, a job this size is gonna be baby steps.
yeah.
Okay? We gotta figure out what we wanna do before we just jump into it. Phase 1 of this thing ain't gonna be building anything. Phase 1 is to be doing some scoping, some planning, some design development. What are we gonna build, how are we gonna pay for it, and how are we gonna maintain it? That's what phase 1 is gonna be, some head scratching.
Who's, is that shooting range on here?
No, not part of this concept. A separate program.
Doesn't mean we're gonna maintain.
Are you on the shooting range also?
If it's approved, it's at planning phase right
They're
now.
trying to get a grant right now.
Yeah, right now, the police jury is a project
As far as
sponsor
I
for all of
know,
those projects, Mr.
Once
Black.
it's built, the tribe has pledged so much to help with the maintenance. But right now, we probably need to discuss that, because the grass is growing.
So as of when?
As of January, it was ours.
That's in January was out?
Yep.
So who was that?
Surprise, surprise. I guess
They maintain it, you know, the ones that.
the state was maintaining it up to this point, so.
Well, no, but they were, because it's
But
all.
now it's leased under the police jury, so now OJJ has come back. I got a call today about that. But, Mr. President, before getting to all that, I think you need to establish a committee that can discuss these things, our responsibilities, get Representative Desatel in, just because this was all done previous to us as this police jury.
We have a
And I don't know
maintenance
what's the matter
maintenance
with
committee, so we can just refer it.
We have what?
We have a maintenance committee.
Maintenance committee? I just don't know
I
what
agree.
we're obligated.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Good idea. We can help y'all make it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, good news.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. Kevin, road bridges drainage.
Hello, everybody. I just came in from the job as usual. So, we've just finished up some good-sized drainage projects in the Hickory Hill area, and another tree project at Vic. Working on some in Hesmer right now, and over towards Crackville and Evergreen, which is where we've completed Evergreen. So, but on the other side, flip side, on bridges, Pan American finished up our paperwork that we've been fighting with for a while on the Monroe Ford Bridge. All that's been sent to DOTD and approved, and then they recorded in the courthouse, went to Baton Rouge. As of now, as far as I know, it's still on the letting date for April of next year.
I saw March.
You saw March?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, yeah.
Moving on up.
Then we can get it back to December. But that'll be your Monroe Ford Bridge. And as most of you know, we have several other bridges in the workings over the next 3-4 years, like we always do. But the next one's to be built to be Bobby Gaspard, and Bordelon crossing. Those are still in the design stage, but design is just about finished. They're fooling with some environmental right now. We've already did the hydrology studies on both of them.
Spring by and Gudo.
Spring by and Gudo is, we did the plan in hand last year, so, we should be getting the paperwork for right-of-ways here any day. Yeah,
We'll foresee that bid.
yeah. That was up to, I think you needed 25 or 26. I think it's 26. Yeah, I think it's 26. But, those landowners were contacted prior to sending paperwork for the bridge submittal. Yeah, plan in hand was last year, in maybe June, May or June. So there will be no detour on that bridge. So we're gonna be trying to work that bridge in between the farmers getting their crops out. We already tried to work that out with the DOTD. And you've got your next bridge that's just been submitted is Little California. It's still, it usually takes me between 4 and 5 years the time we submit it to the time one comes back. So Little California was just submitted in January, so somewhere in 29 maybe, Little California. With Bobby Gas Park, Bordelon, Spring by Gudo should be completed before then, as they come through.
And Lake Coco, we come in agreement with that?
Lake Coco, no, it's not in there. No. Couldn't get that one funded on that other program. Okay, so, grass cutting is, everything's been cut in the parish, some places 3 times. Most every place, that needs being cut twice is cut. Mowers are in Barlonville, and they're working around Mansura, Hesper area, Marksville, and they'll meet up again in the middle.
And we'll call on Moore Road today. Okay.
Yeah, we talked about that, but he's gonna get there. His truck was parked in the locks. Jonathan normally works pretty late. Any questions?
Got the access to gas support, the 4 roads that he said we could do, that we have the allocation of monies in the bank from the state. What is our process now, and do we have to put anything as a resolution for the Tuesday meeting so that we can move forward, or?
We have to.
I've never been through this process.
They're gonna send to us what we need to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
whatever.
we haven't received paperwork yet, so right now we're like, yay, we got this, but we haven't got the paperwork. As soon as she gets the paperwork, I've already got my workups on the roads with the estimates done on the roads. Some roads we have enough money, some of them we don't, but I'll be meeting with the maintenance committee whenever we get our capital outlay money, if we can kind of pool, or we can do the whole road of those.
The engineering for the road, might have that amount.
Engineering will be just like we did on the others. I'll do most of it, and Pan American's gonna come in and do their end, and we've been keeping it around 6-7% on that end like that.
Those, salt cement too?
Some of that is salt cement, most of that, no, it's gonna be overlay. Those 4 roads, if I'm not mistaken, is all, I think Louis Hornson maybe salt cement, but I have to go back and look at it more. All right? I kinda worked on it, I've worked on the figures 2 or 3 times. But most of that's gonna be just a heavy overlay. With all the trees that's around there, we cut cement on, it's gonna crack all over the place. We're getting better service out of our heavy overlays. Yeah, more flexibility. And Pan American got with me, they had a great idea, we changed the mix design up a little bit on some of our last projects, it's more of a flexible mix. So hopefully we don't get as much crack, many cracking areas coming in. The cracks are caused by the roots from the trees. Our right of way is not that big, the trees are right down the backside.
Cracking.
Yep. And the section that we didn't cut saw cement in, hardly any cracks.
Weren't you supposed to take them trees out though?
No, we can't. They never could come to, we never could finalize the paperwork with the landowners. That's what it amounted to. Yeah.
625,000 in capital outlay, different pot of money Brenda was talking about. Does the maintenance committee decide where that is, or is that the?
I'm gonna give y'all ideas and you'll come back to the whole jury for y'all roads. We've been kind of just discussing different things. You know, yeah, one of my ideas was see if y'all would put up another, in this case, you put up another 300,000 and get each year $100,000 even. 625 doesn't go a whole long ways when you divide it nine pieces of pie. You know, we have, yeah, with our road and bridge fund, Jamie and I discussed it, you know, and it's gonna be up to the jury, but once we get our paperwork in.
There was 500 set aside for the match.
Yeah, we had for match.
You had that originally, so if we, you know, if you wanna bring it up to even 900,000, each jury gets 100,000. If that's the case, we can finish J.B. Luke out, we can finish Ed Carroll out all the way to the other end, we can finish Louis Hornson out all the way to the other end, you know? So, we'll just have to see once the paperwork comes from Baton Rouge, things are gonna start moving real fast. And I'm hoping all the paperwork comes about the same time, capital outlay and the House bill. If it does come about the same time, then we can pool up money together. All right.
I want you to say something on behalf of the new management of the phone company, the guy that you just worked with.
Oh, yeah, we got a new, yeah. Don't ask me his name, I already forgot it, but
That's
it's in my
okay.
phone.
Yeah, but I want you to say something.
Yeah, we had that's twice I've had, called this man, the new, guy that's over this area on some phone cables that were low. And, what we call them, that was Thursday or Friday?
Yeah.
Thursday, might have been Friday. And look, that line on Faith Baptist has already been taken out, and a new line's been installed.
5 years.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago that we were working on that bridge, and I had to get them to move the line and tie it up with a rope on a tree. And it's been sitting there with that rope for 5 years. And finally came down, I think a Coca-Cola truck hit or something, according to Mr. Benson. And, I called the man that day, and probably the next day, they had a crew there. He's been doing really good. And the other place was in, Sam's district, over on, Stubblefield. Some lines that had been exposed for probably 3-4 years. We've been trying to dig that ditch. He got him to go and lower the lines where we could dig the ditch. Yeah. So he's doing really well. I talked with a new man that's with Energy that's over our area today. He seemed very nice and very enthusiastic. He's gonna meet me Tuesday at Tricia Park. The Tricia Park project, as you consider that complete, we got little things that we need to do. Get a new pole installed for the meter and a little inspection plate put in. But the contractor was there again today. It looked like they did a good job, and he left us extra keys. So, I know y'all have that on y'all, coming up on y'all agenda.
Took the tree out?
Took the tree out. Took the tree out. That project's gonna come in under budget too, by the way.
And the people in Tricia Park, I asked them, you know, how do they like the new station, lift station and stuff like that. And they were so excited, there's no more smell. That's what all the residents said.
Really?
There's no more smell.
It's a pretty nice station.
It was
But
very-
yeah, the project will come in under budget. I don't remember, Rick, $9,000 on the budget, something like that? Yeah.
Kevin, MP cut off, where are we on?
On the leveling on the asphalt, I just can't seem to get over there. I'm trying. I'll get it as soon as I can. I got it. I've talked with a couple of different asphalt companies about renting their tack trailers. We'll have to rent a roller. But, yeah, I'll get it as soon as I can. You know, I always looked at it yesterday when I was down there.
Could we do something with Diamond B while they're there?
I'll talk to them and see. They have all the equipment, we do not.
Yeah.
That's where the problem comes in. I'll talk to them and see. Maybe they can at least get over there with his roller. His roller and his tack truck will help us out a lot. So, anything else? Good?
Hurry up and sit down.
All right, yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right.
Next up, Miss April, permit.
Oh, she's, out.
She's out. She sent a list.
She did.
April had you wanna go ahead and read it out to the public?
Yeah, April had a death in the family that she had to take a little time for. Office meeting updates, the planning commission meeting will be held on August the 28th at 5 p.m. at the Parish Barn. I'm currently working with Computers 911 to create an interactive permit section on their police jury website. The goal is to give customers the ability to submit permit applications and forms online. We had total permits for July of 150, electrical 13, new mobile home setups 8, rentals 39, contractor renewals 10, purchase 33, reconnects 2, generators 4, RV renewals 17, new construction 19, RV setup 3, remodels 1, and solar panels 1. If y'all have any questions, I can't answer them.
Okay.
Bet you could.
All right, next up, we have the HUD Director, Mr. Christie, the board.
Last month I moved in 2 people. We had 14 recertified. Mr. Larry had 6 re-inspections. He had 14 annual inspections. That's it.
You got any more landlords?
Sir,
They added any more landlords?
any more landlords? I think we got some new ones coming in tomorrow to put some new houses on the market for us. So they're gonna
Long
come
list
fill
is
out their
still on?
1099 and, sorry.
You got a long list?
Yes. We got about 400 people on our waiting list right now. So, but also, I wanted to see if I can get approval to go to a conference in September, because they got some fair housing coming up that's gonna be due. I wanted to see if I can get approval for that.
Ms. Mel, with the gentleman,
All right, thank you.
Ms. Tristan, you have it on there,
Yes,
never
I
mind.
do.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I don't know if Ms. Neely here, you gonna speak for him? Okay, the library?
Neely has left a packet with you of the information. She had a family emergency and could not come, and Candy had a transportation issue. So if you look at your packets, she has all the information for you. And if you would look at the last sheet, I believe, with your packet, there is a military appreciation day that the library is hosting tomorrow at the Cotton Court Library. It is a joint effort between the Friends of the Library, the VFW Women's Auxiliary, and the Cotton Court Garden Club, and we would like to invite the police jurors, their families, and the audience to please attend. The hours are from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, next is, letter of abatement, but we got a session for that on the agenda to talk to. Anybody want to talk about the Montefiore report? Anybody? Sam, nothing?
There's nothing new that I've got.
Okay.
I have a person that might be interested in, he fools with cleaning up areas like that. I told him to try to come to the meeting, but he's busy, so he's not. Try to get him to come one day.
Give him my number, Mark, please.
Huh?
Give him my number, please.
It's King Burnell's brother. The young one,
I don't know. Just give him my number.
Are we needing to do things with the Cotton Court Montefiore before we own it?
We need to get it first.
When we own it next year?
I'm thinking.
Next June.
I mean, they
Would be
talking
nice
about it
to
as
have it
great,
lined
but I
up.
don't know that we need to be doing anything officially just yet.
Well, I'm still waiting on the surveyor to come in and put in the corners, and that's what DEQ was waiting on. I talked to him again the other day, see, as soon as he could, because I'm about to send a machine over there and kind of clear the grass for the corners.
And I've also been told that if DEQ will give us medallions for these tires, we can haul them off. I don't know if that's official or not, but,
We can haul them, it's just too many for us to haul.
well, if they'll put them on the, forget, the manifest, we can haul them even if it's 10,000 a year. We can get rid of them, it'll take a while.
Yeah.
It'll take 4 or 5 years
No,
at
we can-
10,000.
Yeah, we can do that, we can manifest that out. It's just, it's not so much that, the 40 or 50,000 tires that's left above ground, you have 8 or 10,000 that's below ground, and plus you have another, I was estimating 4,000 tons of chips that's out there in the ground, and then the lake that we just, jury's not in a position to do any of that.
Yeah, but if we can get them, if we can get them hauled off, we can probably get somebody to take that project on, some private individual, rather than us having to do it.
How many tires are from the back to the front on that road?
Oh, we don't own the road, we won't own the road.
They got shredded.
We're not responsible for the tires on the road.
I went over there a couple of days ago and whoever's foreman, all that Milo right there shredded them.
Tires? Tires?
Yeah. So it's
good, that's a big tar.
It's like pieces of tires.
Yeah, yeah. Most been done on the road was I set a grade over there for a couple hours, fill in some of the rust before they got too bad.
Okay. All right, we'll go to the business aspect of the meeting. Those need to leave, you're welcome to leave now. Letter A there, Jacob, you wanna talk about it?
Yeah, we have an invoice from Pan America from their last month's order that we now.
Y'all took care of that, okay? Mr. Vincent?
So, we've, get up the applications for the opioid. And, I'm gonna schedule a meeting, and, we're gonna look at the applications and we're gonna approve, where we're gonna, spend our money. I got some good news from our Secretary Treasurer that we're gonna get an additional, what,
Supposed to
$150,000?
be, sometime next year. Then Kroger, do another lawsuit.
Yeah, for 18 years. Cool. So we'll be like, $167,000. I mean, 200.
It'll be
265 total.
about something.
You know how many applicants we have?
Five.
We got 5. With one additional.
One additional, we had 4, so we'll do it next time.
Okay. All right.
And there was an applicant we had for last week that didn't receive it.
Okay, C, Mr. Franks, you want?
Yeah, Mr. President, consider a resolution calling for an election on December the 7th to levy a millage for the library purposes. I think that was a recommendation by the library board themselves.
Correct.
We want, I believe it should have been in November, just for the record, where we'd have more people voicing their opinion, their votes. But again, that's what was voted on before, so.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so that'll be in December.
And we put it, the library felt in December that,
They didn't fall.
because they felt it was
requested-
this. Pardon me?
No, sir, it didn't fall in December. There's a big
No, I didn't say
presidential
fall.
election in November.
I said the library board decided that they wanted it in December because they felt that the December election was best to pass the tax, renew the tax. And that's why it was in December.
So fewer people, yeah, I got you.
That's usually.
That's,
okay.
that's not.
So that's why it was
should
in
be,
December.
but Not my, that's just not.
All
We don't
right.
hide procedure solution.
Water under the bridge. Okay. All right, D, we're gonna consider a resolution of substantial completion of Tricia Park Sewer Road and drainage. Kevin, you interested?
Yes, it's all good.
Okay, all right. F, discuss sales tax fairness ordinance. You wanna touch base on that, Mr. Frank?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Was presented with, an ordinance for us to pass, and hopefully this is for sales tax, so that it can be, documented and or required for new businesses that are opening.
It's in your packet. I don't wanna put,
Yeah.
guys, it's in your packet.
I think it's at the beginning. I'm just looking at it. But again, it's for parish as well as municipality. Again, recommendation to municipality, they would have to probably pass their own. But again, I think that there has been, over the years, a lack of, communication when it comes to new businesses. And whether it be parish, if we hear about it and through Jamie's office and such forth, that again, we're reporting it to the school board office and to the tax collector so that they may appropriate the correct, amounts and also hopefully receive.
Yeah, because there's a lot of sales tax money out there that's not being collected.
Yes, sir.
Pretty
It's
good,
not.
pretty good chunk it would help.
So this ordinance is just, guys, just, that we're on the record that we're behind them and we will report any new businesses and sales tax information to the school board office and the appropriate personnel.
And Travis, if passed by the jury, would go to each municipality, and of course, we'll pass the same ordinance.
I mean, that's up to them.
That's
I would
it.
hope that they
Yeah.
would, yeah, but, I'm just trying, finance side, just to do our part. And hopefully the municipalities can hear and pass a resolution.
So we're just trying to get what's old to us.
Yes, sir.
You get the report system started.
Yes, sir.
Okay. G, option of local banks for police jury funds. We heard from both banks tonight. You wanna elaborate some more?
I kinda mentioned it, I didn't see it in the business options, but again, guys, just, we had two banks that were here. My opinion to you and my suggestion is that those are the two local banks, Simsport and Cottonwood. And would like you to vote on that for next Tuesday, that we accept those two banks as local. And then, you can allow us to move forward and actually get proposals from the two banks, with what they wanna offer for parking our money, within their financial institutions.
They're requesting you select one bank out of two, or you use both banks?
I'm on a non-jury.
We used to go with
And,
one.
you know, I
Up for discussion.
I mean, hey, I'm one of 9 jurymen, right? I'll have my opinion, you're gonna have yours. I'd say look at the proposals. Money talks and everything else walks.
So,
And then also availability and then being in the parish, but they're both in the parish. So I think they're two good options, I really do.
we're not gonna get a proposal from the other banks. We're doing business with.
That's my suggestion, Mr. Clyde, but if you wanna get it from Red River or whomever else, you can try to float that motion. My opinion was to do local.
And the reason I'm saying that is that we have parish employees that works at these banks. You know,
Yes, sir.
And that's my thing. You know, we still have parish employees that work at these banks, even though they're not local banks. And I hate to see, you know.
Can I say something?
Sure.
Raise your hand.
I mean, this is not a big money-making thing for any bank, because any money you put in there, we have to set aside that same amount of money because they're public funds.
Correct.
And we can't lend that money out. So it does raise your capital a little bit. As far as making a lot of money, when you gotta take the same amount of money and set it aside where it's not interest bearing, just sitting there, that's state law to protect the jury. So, I just wanna let everybody understand that.
I think it's kind of, you know, Mr. Clyde and the rest of the jury, it's kind of, you know, hey, we're together, we're Avoyelles Parish, we hopefully shop local, and I think that as the jury, I think that would look good, that our money is also here, people's money, in local banks that can, again, help in some kind of way to further their institutions.
All right. Letter H, advertise litter abatement permit officer, I'll touch base on this. We had a subcommittee meet, we talked about it, coming up with a salary. This is kind of like my brainchild, abatement permit officer / because we have a lot of people permit checking to make sure things are being done right. And we feel like this person could do both. And I think we came with a $50,000 salary, to advertise for $50,000.
So where did that recommendation come?
Went from the subcommittee we had, just I called this meeting. It's a
So
subcommittee.
that wouldn't be the person that.
No.
So
I met, it was finance director, treasurer, secretary, treasurer, myself. I invited Mr. Sam for permit. I didn't include personnel.
I would just like you to maybe consider having the North in any.
Well, we can talk about it when we come Tuesday.
And that's just my feeling.
Well, the problem we have in the advertisement we have now, we're not getting a good response. And I think when you put money to it, you might get a little more response. I didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings by not inviting you,
Well, that's just something
I know, but I mean.
You know, you do.
Did you ever find anybody co-certified?
We 1/3 of the jury.
Yeah, that's in the, application right now. Okay. So, I mean, that's what happened, that's what did, and we talk about it Tuesday night, if you like it, fine, if not, that's why we put
The salary will come out of.
Solid waste.
solid waste.
Solid waste, and then not to interrupt him, but then the permit side, they're to actually have a vehicle that will be able to be
Yeah,
used by
that's
the
part of
payment
it.
officer, so we don't have to buy a vehicle or anything. Right?
What about the health units over?
Well, we have 2 vehicles.
Okay,
You can
I
take
just wanted to
turns.
say that, just to make sure.
We
Okay.
definitely don't have to buy a vehicle or anything, just if we And that was 50,000, no benefits, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. I authorize the president to sign an act to transfer and acceptance of Oklahoma near Louisiana 29, Pat LaBoard Road, Bogart Road, and Gill Road. That's the bridges.
Yes, that's, that was what we've been calling all this time, your free bridges. When DOTD did the right-of-way acquisitions and stuff, because they handled all the paperwork, the right-of-ways were put in their name from what was ours originally. And the projects are all complete, 100%, everything's fine. It's just a matter of transferring the right-of-ways back into the jury's system.
Okay.
That's what that is.
All right. All right, Jay, approved Joseph Frank to attend the LEMC conference, October 21st, 23rd.
Just registration.
Okay. Registration meals and
No,
accommodation.
just registration.
Okay.
I'll drop this in that, yeah, I'll drop that.
Okay, all right. Okay, Sam, you want?
All of the permits have been approved by the planning commission. They've done everything we asked them to do. The permits are proper. I think we have to vote on it Tuesday, though.
Yep. That's all the plans that were submitted to the planning commission? Okay. L is introduced revised map gathering ordinance. I know we worked hard on that for about 3 months.
What order?
It's yeah, it's in the packet. Please look over it. Give you a homework assignment. And, we'll be voting on that. Like I said, we put a lot of time in that. It was some good discussion that took place. We don't?
You have to introduce it at a regular meeting, hold a public hearing.
Okay, then, okay, we're gonna introduce
Yeah,
it.
just
You're
introduce
right,
it.
you're right. Okay, M is increase entry fee to Big Bend Museum. Jacob, you want?
Yeah, so, I took on the agenda and I contacted the Big B Museum. They would do the increase on the, adults from $3 to $5, children to $1 to $3. But, some of the, Big Bend Museum, volunteers, they, concerned, and I want to increase, on accepting, cash, because some people know that they expect to change in the vehicle, and they don't carry cash on them, so they possibly look at or requesting to do like a debit card there. But I'm doing research between now and the meeting. It may possibly be tabled, but hope I can kind of do something for next Tuesday. I'll go over today if you want this information. They use Square, they use.
But is the monthly amount that we're gonna pay to rent the machine worth it? Is it a small amount that they generate revenue?
We were explaining to.
It's about
people go there?
$250 a year that we collect.
How many people go to the Big Bend Museum?
The mainly school groups go there.
$2 a person. Yeah, it's $250 a year, usually what we collect, $250 a year. But then they'll charge us so much a month for that machine to use for. That is $14, $15 a month, you know, machine.
Understand.
Okay. Ends public hearing abandoned GL Strange at the road at the regular meeting. That's in my area. Mr. Frank, shoot.
Yes, sir. Replace Cody Barlow with Jared Cubio on the planning commission.
Okay, we'll change there. This P is coroner attorney fees. Mr. Charles will be here Tuesday. I can kind of summarize this. I think it's the Simmons case from 1977. I decided to sue the coroner's office, which includes a coroner. He's come 47 years ago, I guess. And the law says we're responsible for the attorney fees. However, I don't know why our DA can't take the case for us, but he'll be here Tuesday. Mr. Frank?
Have you asked him for documentation on why he shouldn't be representing the coroner in this matter?
He sent us, no, I hadn't talked to him about that. He sent us that, how we're responsible for it. And he gave I guess a precedent case that happened in St. Andrews. It's in
Right. It is there.
I don't
And
know.
he's our legal counsel.
I don't know
so-
why he can't do it.
Yeah.
I think it's.
I think it's because he's being sued.
Yeah,
He's
he's part
being
of
sued.
lawsuit.
But we got what, eight assistant DAs? That was one of them, yeah, Mike could put the bill on. we'll see.
That's from FP.
But if not,
FP was required?
huh?
This is what FP was required.
Right, but the office is getting sued, and we are responsible for the attorney fees, unless we can get a freebie.
I sure hope he can represent it and pay him $300,000 a year.
Yeah, he's on the payroll. And that comes out of the, general fund, which is hit pretty hard. All right, the Dream League, you Jamel?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jamel's here tonight. What happened is, in November, we got this Avoyelles
Yeah.
recreation and sports recreation and education complex was put in our name, kind of got put on the back burner, and then all of a sudden I get a phone call. They've been playing flag football on this for how many years?
4 years.
4 years, and
Yeah.
That's the one that went to, Ohio and all that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they went to Ohio, they represented the state of Louisiana.
but
They went to Dallas last weekend, and I think they're going back,
Into September.
in September, they're going back again.
Yeah.
And
Well-
the money they get, that's all donations and fundraisers, that's the only money they get. And the parents gotta pay for the kids and everything.
what the situation is, since we own it now, they have to go through us to be able to do it, and didn't know nothing about it till what, last week? We made contact. I mean, I don't think we wanna see the kids do without having their leave. So I've got it before Jonathan right now, we sent in the application. But, I'm reading the lease, and there's a lot of questions still about what, I know you asked about the kitchen and bathroom, I don't think that's ours. You talked to,
I don't know, I don't think so. I got OJJ to call me today, really where the boundary lines actually are of where the leased property is gonna be for this new complex. I talked to Chris Hines also today. The bathrooms, I don't think can handle really, cause you have a lot of people that go there. So I think in the past,
We've done porta potties.
you've been required to get your own porta potties, or we call those. And, it's really the property itself. Now, I'm not sure about the kitchen and such forth. I don't know if that's still in the OJJ's jurisdiction. I don't have the paperwork, and me and Mr. Darrell have been talking about it.
And I haven't
to try
seen
to
it in the-
get that information from what was done last year. So when you called, I've been trying to help as much as I can.
Right.
But I don't have the information in front of me, and that's, ask Mr. Darrell, hopefully a committee can get spun up, or somebody
It's,
can put in charge
it's
to
in-
authorize this.
Jonathan has it right now, we sent him the lease, and he's looking at it, and gonna come up with some kind of agreement we can do. But we're gonna, I think none of us up here won't say, you can't play flag football.
Right. In the kitchen, we've done our porta potties before, so, but the kitchen, the only thing in the kitchen that we really use, there's a walk-in cooler. Keep our drinks for concession in. That's a thing we can put it in coolers, we can ice them the night before that. The bare minimum we need is just the grass area and access to it. We bring our own dumpster, we bring our own porta potties, we just need a grass area.
It's at the DA's office, so I'm hoping he'll have something by Tuesday. But I know y'all playing Saturday, right?
Well, we're scheduled to play Saturday, so we practice 2 days a week there, and we set those days, or 2 days a week, we use it in the evenings, and then we play on Saturday. We're scheduled to play this Saturday. I spoke with Chris Hines earlier today, and he's fine with it. I think everybody's kind of fine with it. I think there's just a gray area that everybody's kind of operating in and not 100% sure. And Chris is just saying that he needs something on paper from you guys, just so it's not my word saying, hey, they said we can play. And I told him we were like in this limbo. Tuesday was the vote, but they said it was gonna be okay for this Saturday. I think he just needs something.
We'll make a call on Mark about
it.
expedited to make sure that you're covered on our end. Okay?
And you are gonna have insurance, correct?
We have,
He already said, he's got the
Yeah. The NFL requires us to have all these insurance policies, so we.
Okay?
And I said, these kids have been traveling, they're all over, Florida, North Carolina, and all the other places.
I'm all for helping.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's. I'm gonna
And
go
they
for
did
myself.
represent the state of Louisiana and Ohio.
I didn't think it
for the
was
state.
kind of tied up in.
Okay, moving on, R, it's advertised housing inspector position. Anybody, what we talking about here?
I do.
Okay.
Mr. Larry Dubé, who is now part-time housing inspector in HUD, gave his 2-week notice. So, we need to find a replacement.
Okay.
It's a part-time position.
I know, and I think that there's some couple part-time things maybe to talk about with personnel, maybe to the guy that does signs or something. Isn't there a guy that kind of does signs? There's a few other people, maybe them, that could possibly fill in that position.
Anthony DeSale.
I'm just thinking, I mean, he's there, I mean, I can't imagine there's that many signs that have to be made in the parish, but he could add on to his responsibilities. maybe.
Wilton DeSale. At the street that's the only sign on
No, just only was twice.
Is that
Maybe
something?
kids and stuff hitting like
Okay, well, we talked about that, last thing is the GPS tracking device.
Yes, sir, for the jury to consider, been talking with Mr. Allen and others about this. There's two quotes in the back, guys, of your little packet. And it's to install GPSs into the vehicles, track codes, tractors, and know it when those, we will be able to all know when that equipment is working, where the people are at. We can set up geo-fencing, for employees and such forth, notify when people leave the parish, and a whole lot of other things that we can set up. I think that it's needed, it's pretty much in every business, and it's also, again, I'm sure it's in law enforcement and such forth, that they track all their vehicles. Just actually consider it, it's not a huge cost, I mean, there's a little bit of pain, a little bit of upfront, but usually it's $20-25 bucks a month per vehicle. It's not a lot.
Travis, a setup right there, cost for $976, includes all the equipment on that?
So there's two of them. I've found two. Guys, y'all can find another company if you like it. I'm not a GPS guy. I've just used it in my previous job. But again, I think it's needed.
All right. Talk about that Tuesday also.
Yes, sir.
Anything else? No other public business?
I have one other thing.
All right.
Just, I forgot, the Wiggins Bay Bridge on Highway 454 has been out forever.
3 years.
Pre-construction was today. DOTD did let the project said pre-construction was today, the project will probably start in the next 90 days. It's a big job, it's right at $11 million job. Merit Construction out of Cottonport is gonna be the contractor working on it. I've already contacted them, let them know if they need anything from the parish, if they had anything haul off that they need to get rid of in that area. I got plenty of places. Anything we can do to move this thing on faster, we need it, because it's been killing our Ruby Center Point road. But that was a big thing.
So they're gonna build a bypass or?
No, there's no detour.
Okay. All right, we'll adjourn. Thank y'all for attending.
I think what happened, Mike, is they're immune. Right here.